Yes, first of all, I want to sincerely thank TSA, Tanzania Startup Association, for the great honor that they favored me with the award that was conferred on me some few weeks ago, Lifetime Award. I sincerely thank them. It's an association that I've been closely involved in for some years now, as part of my own interest and involvement in the startup ecosystem.
I am Dr. George Mulamula, and I'm currently the Senior Advisor at the Senior ICT Commission as pro bono, and once in a while I do work with the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology. Now, the progress that has been made in the startup ecosystem in Tanzania has been progressing quite well. And one of the pioneers in that field of entrepreneurship and the startup ecosystem has been Ambassador Ami Mpungwe. He has been a game changer in the sense that he was the first person who understood what risk-taking is all about. I believe he was the first ambassador who resigned from his position in South Africa to go into business, and he knew the value of MVPs, the minimal viable products that you take into the market, and how to scale them up and work in the business and startup ecosystem. So he has been a mentor, a coach, and giving lots of advice in the startup ecosystem, and many people have listened to him, and that has changed their lives overall.
My name is Jumanne Mtambalike. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sahara Ventures. His Excellence's former retired Balozi Ami Mpungwe is a very good friend of mine. We've known each other for years. If you understand, the startup ecosystem is mainly built by young people. And one of the crucial part of any startup ecosystem is having a friendly legal and regulatory environment for it to grow and to flourish. Having the likes of Ambassador Ami Mpungwe, Dr. Hassan Mshinda, Engineer Mulamula, what it did to this ecosystem is to bridge between the young people who are building their ideas, who are struggling with regulation, and the older generation, which is more exposed, which is more connected, which helped us to translate our vision, our ideas, our plans to other regulators. So one critical role Balozi Ami Mpungwe played is to make sure young people who are running startup are credible enough and trustworthy, but also it contributed meaningfully even to the establishment of Tanzania Startup Association, because some of the initial people who supported it is Balozi Ami Mpungwe.
My entire public life has been focused on development issues. As a diplomat, for the 25 years that I was in the foreign service and government service, issues of national development as they link with international developments have been at the core of my life.
I remember when I was starting the Dar Teknohama Business Incubator. It was one of those incubators that was there, that was being founded with the support of the World Bank, Vodacom, and the Commission for Science and Technology. And I was tasked with the task of founding it. So we created Dar Teknohama Business Incubator, in short DTBI, and it grew to be one of the largest tech incubators in the East African region. Now, as we were starting, we needed a board. And I remember going to Ambassador Ami Mpungwe and asking him, could he be the chairman? And he was graceful enough to agree to be the chairman of the DTBI board. And his gracefulness was such that he did not want to be paid any remuneration. All he asked for was fuel money from his house to come for the meetings and then go back to his office or to his residence.
COSTECH, I was chairing the DTBI, that Teknohama Business Incubator. Then at that stage, from 2010 onwards, I came in touch with a lot of young innovators who were starting to occupy that space and building up to the innovation ecosystem that we have at the moment. And when TSA came to be formed, that was a natural migration to me, and I've since interacted with the membership. Some of them I had known through DTBI, and others through various conferences and workshops that I came to know. But more importantly, I came to be deeply involved because in my own personal interests, I've been very much involved in the policy advocacy in a range of areas, and technological developments also, which were evolving since the early 2000s, had required a lot of policy, legislative, regulatory, fiscal policies.
And as we worked together, he gave direction to DTBI, because as we started, we were just doing ICT, and he said, why don't you think of it being a technology incubator that helps startups grow? In other words, look at technology as an enabler, not as a tool.
Our first interaction was organized by another good friend and mentor of mine, Ambassador Mpungwe, who is a former Switzerland ambassador to East Africa and Zambia. And I still remember how he did the introduction. He told me, I'm going to arrange a meeting with someone fairly older than you, but his brain is younger than you, because he's part of the Singularity University, and he constantly talks about future, but also the role of the fourth industrial revolution to transform societies and communities.
And therefore, I was very much interested in that. And this goes back to, for instance, when developments of ICT picked up. Around 2000, 2001, I was a member of a national ICT policy committee, which was chaired by Professor Ruhanga. So that has been part of my post-retirement life. Yeah, first to understand the environment that we're operating and the opportunities that exist. In that regard, then you have to develop your own sense of purpose. What do you want to do? And especially in this startup ecosystem. So when you define your objectives clearly, you define your roadmap, how to achieve that the dream, that objective. You map out your milestones that you are moving in the right direction. You put in place the right structures, the vehicles that will take you there. You identify the key drivers that will enable you to achieve what you intend to achieve. You have to have to know what you are doing, have a sense of purpose. Something that will keep you awake at night, something that will wake you up early in the morning and go for it, and the rest is just a matter of dealing and going around the policy framework that is involved, the legal provision, the fiscal incentives, and the support that are available. And the entrepreneurial assets that are available, but at the center of it is your own personal commitment as a young innovator, as a young entrepreneur. You should your own very deeply seated sense of purpose, and through that you'll also be able to develop the resilience that will be required to achieve your purpose. No matter how many times you would fall, I'm sure you'll find reason to stand up, dust up, and continue the journey.
Yeah, our topic is relationship with Sahara Ventures. At some point in time, we were very desperate. We had an event, and some of the top people that we invited, they gave us last-minute excuse not to show up. Balozi was in Ifakala, and I told him we desperately need someone of his caliber to be part of that event. You can't believe he flew in, and next thing in the morning he attended the event. This is how much value and respect it gives to young people and the mission we're trying to build, especially when it comes to support startup economy and also to create this future where technology can create opportunities for young Tanzanians to excel. So it's someone who is giving it all, and it's someone who is super practical. To give you another example, one of his closest friends is His Excellency former President of South Africa, President Mbeki. And imagine your friend is a president, and me, I'm nobody, I'm just a young guy. And he told me, I think you need opinions and ideas of President Mbeki. So when you go to South Africa, I can set up a meeting so that you can be able to get a thing or two from him. And to me, that shows you to what extent someone is ready to go extra mile to give someone of that caliber to be able to give an opportunity to talk to you about your event and to try to see if they can be able to engage him.
We supported a lot of startups, and organizations like Sahara Ventures came out of those activities. So now it's even difficult to count because there are so many of them. Happily so, the family of startups has expanded tremendously, and some of them have reached some maturity stages, and success builds success, and more are coming. And more so because now we are living in era and age of digital transformation. In many areas, it's not a matter of choice. It is an imperative that we have to travel the digital way. The disruptive technologies have been part of our lives and are key for our development. I always, in my public pronouncement, I always say, for countries like ours, we are fortunate that with all the resources that we have now, with disruptive technologies, we can come with better strategies to achieve the exponential growth that we need to deal with unsustainable poverty level. So it is an imperative for us, and this is, for some of us, this is what keeps us getting more and more involved as the days go by.
So here the impact in making people understand that if this all work together, the startup ecosystem will have a long way to go, and it will grow faster and make a difference in the country.
What I can add, I think I just want to grow old like him. I want to be what he is at his age, a person who is giving back to the community, a person who is free to speak his mind, a person who is constant eager to learn, and a person who is ready to take risk, to explore new things in the age where no one wants to continue to learn because maybe they feel they already hold and stuff like that. So that energy, that zeal, that passion is bringing in the innovation and the tech and entrepreneurship in young people is something that I also want to have when I reach his age, if I'm blessed to reach his age.
But one area that is quite critical is in the world that we are living now, it has been proven that application of science and technology, especially the disruptive technologies of the fourth industrial revolution, in a lot of, in trying to exploit a lot of these resources, the chances are with these technologies where startups ecosystem is located, these disruptive technologies would give us the capabilities of achieving exponential growth.